Bitcoin monthly close has just occurred. It is now May 1st, 2024. Bitcoin closed yesterday at the daily close, monthly close, 60,600. What does that mean? Well, we're going to look at it today from an unbiased perspective as much as possible. Look at the bullish side, the bearish side, and let you decide what to think of next. All right, so we closed slightly lower than our opening, which means by definition that is a bearish engulfing candle. Is that good or bad? Generally, not so great for the bulls, but I would argue that it's a very slight difference, right? If you want to look at engulfing candles, right? I mean, look at these two guys here. Now that's a bullish engulfing candle comparative to previous said candle, right? These little fights like this that are pretty equal, kind of for the birds, right? So I wouldn't put too much weight into the bearish engulfing as I've seen some analysts already doing. Could you want to also wait for the follow-up candle to close to really confirm if that was truly bearish, or is it just going to lead to kind of chop for a couple of weeks to months? All right, so far we're getting a move down, but it's very early. Let's look at the Heikin Ashi candles, right? Actually, the month of April closed green on the momentum side of Heikin Ashi. Now, as we're 1 day in, less than a day into the new month, obviously a little bit red, but guess what? Go back to 61.5 and this turns green still. So we just have to go to 61.5 and the Heikin Ashi would remain green momentum bullish on the monthly scale. Keep that in mind. We want to continue to check that, certainly going into the end of May. All right. So now back to our traditional candles. Where can we look for support? Well, anywhere in here, because we are still at range highs from our previous bull market top, right? So don't think that we have to go down any further. We're going to get to more of exact levels on the weekly as we zoom in here just a moment. But from this chart alone, obviously the EMA 8 is right there. What is the price? It's 52.1 as of right now. 52.1. Keep those numbers in mind. 52K? Could we possibly go down there? Of course. Do we have to close down there? Of course not, right? A lot of volatility, certainly when you have these big price moves. Also, 7 green monthly candles in a row. How many do you want here, right? You're getting a little too greedy, and it's very unhealthy to continue those, 8 green months, excuse me. We're not in the bear market anymore. But 7 green months in a row, we have to take a break, right? That's all we're doing. Taking a break before our next move higher. I'm still in the boat, and the very few that are there with me that thinks this cycle will still extend into 2025. I do not think we're going to have a peak this year. If we did, it'd be very late. And I've been saying for years, since back in this area, that I believe probably we're about a year away from now. Summertime 2025, give or take a couple of months on each side. This is backing that up already, right? If we're going to take a month or two off of chill, we're sure as hell not going to have a blow-off rally to 100K plus by July or August, right? I think we're all in, probably could see a reasoning behind that. All right. So monthly out of the way. Bearish engulfing, not too big of a deal, okay? All right, so let's get to one more thing. I do want to show you the monthly Gaussian channel, right? Because we don't look at that very often, right? So let's look at that. The top of that is at 38K. Do I think we could possibly go back there? No. Bull runs hold the line usually at the EMA 8 monthly. Worst case would be like the 21 month if you're going to wick there. Do I think we're going there? No, right? Not in the first move up, right? Maybe when we start to get to these levels where we start to get super elevated, but go look at any prior bull run of Bitcoin. And we only have 3 data points, right? We don't have huge amounts of data to go back 100 years, right? But you can see the EMA 8 monthly tagged many times. The 14, not so much with the purple line, not so much. The 21, very rare until you really start to get some bigger trouble here, right? The top is usually in once you're tagging the 21-month EMA. And realize the 21-month EMA is way the hell down at 40K. But like we said, the EMA 8, could we possibly do that? Low 50s, right? We looked at this yesterday. Let's go look at, right? We can turn the Gaussian channel off. It's way the hell down there. No big deal. All right. But look at where we are now. Now we're at the 21-week EMA. Now we do historically hit that time to time. Of course. We got very close back here even. And look at where we are now. Very similar rhyme with this move. Just reverting just above, potentially, the EMA 8, 21, excuse me, the yellow line. Right? So that number, to get exact, right, is 55.9. So you can go 56K here. 56K. And keep in mind, we've already wicked down to 56.5. Do we have to go lower? Of course not. We're now working our 5th red week. But even more important is if you put the volume on here, like the bottom, you see prices going down at the same time sell volume is declining. That is a bullish implication. What you would not want to see is increasing volume this other way, right? If this was a low sell, more red, higher red, higher red, higher red, that would be bad, right? Then you can just continue down indefinitely. Like, let's go back and look at the bear market, right? Look at this, right? This is not what you want to see. See how it increases there? Yeah, good night, right? But the bulls, right, do the opposite, right? When the bullish volume increases, good sign, but you really just need a giant kickstart in one way or another, right? Here's the biggest sell volume ended the bear market. The biggest buy volume started the bull market. Volume is key in context. You don't need volume to continue rallies. You need volume to start and end rallies. We do not have a major volume anywhere, very slightly above average even, right? And it's been declining week over week, right into key area support in bull runs, the 21-week EMA. So if this volume this week somehow ends up way the hell up here, then we might have some more issues, right? But if it ends up closing down here or even a little bit higher, right, in line with all this, I wouldn't buy it just yet, right? Don't believe it, right? Could be a bear trap. We don't know yet. We're watching and waiting. That's it. What else do we have? How about the shorter time frame? How about the daily chart? Right, a little bit above average sell volume, but today not so much yet. Right? Remember, right? Where could we potentially go? What our video said yesterday. If we close under the 100, under 60K, we could certainly see our next swing low zone hit, which is coincidentally, if you remember from the monthly chart, 52K. Remember that 200 daily is almost exactly where the 8-month EMA is at 52K. Do we have to go down there right now? Of course not. We haven't even closed under the 100 yet, right? Are we going to today? Are we going to close under 60K today? We don't know, right? We have 9 hours, right? So depending on when you watch this, go check. We could check it again tomorrow, right? We do daily updates in our Telegram private alerts group, which we cover all of this and more. So if you want access to that, consider subscribing below through Patreon. You get access there. We stay on top of everything in the market. A lot of extra content. All right. So the 100-day EMA is right at 60K. If we close under that, the odds greatly improve of us hitting this zone at some point. Doesn't mean tomorrow. Doesn't mean not tomorrow. Could be next week. Could be next month. Could be July. But here's the key word. But if we rally up, it's going to be key. Are we going to take out this high? If we do not, guess what's next? This target, very likely. If we do, right, we could be well on our way to new all-time highs. So that would be key to watch. However, if we do close under this 100 today, that would signal to me that the local top is in, and we will very likely not exceed 73K before hitting this zone. Hopefully that's clear. So if we close under 60K today, my confidence goes way up that we're not going to take out these highs before testing these lows. Hopefully that's clear. Doesn't mean you can't do something, crazy rally or do something like that even. But these highs are likely intact if we close under here today until we can tag somewhere around the low 50s, right? The 200-day EMA or this liquidity zone right here, right? That's why. All right, so hopefully that helps paint a little bit broader picture for you. That's kind of what I have for you for Bitcoin Daily Update. Put out another video yesterday. Go watch that one if you haven't already. We talk about these swing lows, the importance of that. Some other stuff in there. Bitcoin dominance still kind of holding steady. Tether dominance it's still, right? We talked about this. I made a video on this yesterday as well. I know it looks a little bit busy. But right now we're at the 618 on the fib. We're underside retest of the 200-day EMA. We're still at resistance here. And we're in a downtrend. And we're in a bear market on tether dominance. So I believe this is just a bounce in a downtrend before reverting back lower. We're at the 200 week, right? We're right at huge resistance. So if this closes above the 200 week this week, that would be a big win for the bulls in a bear market, right? For this. Why are we in a bear market? Well, we're making lower highs and lower lows. We're in a downtrend and we're under the 200 week, right? Right now we're right on it. But the 618, right? Underside retest, fib extension. We could absolutely, if we reject here, I would expect next week to be very green for crypto. So keep that in mind. If we come back down and start, doing one of these numbers, crypto will absolutely do a 180. So if tether dominance does this, right? Keep in mind, look at this level, right? How was crypto doing in January, February of 2024? I can't remember, right? Do we need to go check? Right? How were altcoins doing January, February of 2024, right? That's this move here, right? Keep these in perspective. You want to have a picture on the broad schematics and not get too focused on one coin or your altcoins. Like, have everything in context. Tether dominance keeps that in check. Market caps, right? Go check all those. What do you want to see next? I'll let you tell me. Let's get to quote of the day. Think in the morning, act in the noon, eat in the evening, sleep in the night. I love quotes like this because they can be taken a little bit differently, different context depending on who you are, your personality, what you think. One, I like that first and foremost, he has a disciplined plan, right? That's key in life. If you want to do well, you must have a plan, stick to it. Seems like he's got that, right? Have your plan, execute the plan, then relax, then recover. That's how I interpret this, right? Think of your plan, do the plan. It's not necessarily on a daily basis, right? You might not even be talking about a day here, right? To me, get a plan, do the plan, recover, relax. That's it. Relax, then recover, right? Sleeps. All right. That's just me. You'd be like, yeah, I didn't get that, bud. All right. Car of the day, Porsche 911 GT2 RS. I love the RSs. The GT3 RS. Why? They're purely for race. I mean, you have a damn roll cage and seat harnesses built into your car from the factory. You're ready to roll straight as fast as possible, right? Roll cages and Porsches on the RSs are spectacular. I think you got a rear picture here. Factory, just like this, meant to go fast. All right, that's GT2 RS for you, and probably my favorite color in a Porsche, this light blue. I like it. All righty, I'll see you on the next one.